Hey everyone, how is everyone today? Tonight's reading is going to be about looking into the further energies of a certain divine masculine and feminine twin flame pair that they are so feeling pulled in so many different directions. There's so much I'm sensing: mental fog, emotional fog, severe lack of clarity, that they're not even sure what they want. And they are wondering kind of, why their desires are just not being fulfilled right now by the universe. However, what I'm picking up intuitively and energetically is that their manifestations are just really not clear. I feel like what I'm seeing in my third eye is like a seesaw or a teeter-totter that, goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I feel like the universe is really asking them to please be clear about what on earth it is that you want, because their 3D ego mind is kind of grounded in such fear-based thinking that at times they're thinking they should just, give up. I don't know what direction this connection is gonna go. And then when they think that way, I feel like these counterparts get triggered and they kind of get scared of manifesting that. And they say, no, I want my counterpart. Please, universe, bring my counterpart back to me. But there's some kind of internal fear or blockage that's really keeping this reunion from manifesting. I just heard Spirit say destiny. So I feel like this union is destiny, that this is a meant to be twin flame pair couple. But right now they have some form of blockage that is keeping them teetering and tottering back and forth. And that's the energy I want to look into today. But before we get started, welcome everyone who may be new here. Thank you so much for joining. I will ask that everyone please double check and make sure they are subscribed to this channel and that they like these videos, especially if you want more specific messages for you and your situation to be channeled through these readings. By taking these two actions, you're virtually transmitting your energy to me, and I'm able to pick up on it much better than if you don't do that. And I've had testimonials from many subscribers of mine saying that, they had hyper-specific messages come through for them in these readings after they took those two actions. So if that is something you would like, I highly recommend that you do subscribe and that you like these videos. So before we get started, let us set our intentions for this reading. You can set your own intentions by either saying them out loud, leaving them in a comment, saying it in your mind, however it feels best to you. My intention for this reading is that I may be able to channel clear, accurate, concise messages and specific messages for the Twin Flame Collective here on YouTube who may be drawn to this reading at any point in time, anywhere on the planet. Because these readings are divination, they are technically timeless. So it does not matter where you are on the planet, and it does not matter when you find these readings, even if it's 50 years after I post them. If the reading finds you, or if you are drawn to it, there's definitely a message in there for you somewhere. There are no such things as coincidences in this universe. And later on, I will be talking a little bit about some exciting things that I have in the works, and I will also be letting you know about some things that are currently available, as well as my Instagram ID, where you can take advantage of those things. So I will leave my Instagram handle in the video description box, as well as what all is available there. So without further ado, today I'm going to be using my Gilded Tarot Royale deck to look further into these energies and these messages. I love that this card just flew out in the upright position, the World card. This has such positive energy, so many positive messages and connotations within this. The World, as you may know if you're familiar with tarot, and if not, it has to do with growth, it has to do with expansion, it has to do with awakening, spiritual awakening. It has to be to do with ultimate happiness, whatever you consider to be kind of the best things in life. So that is the first card that flew up here in the upright position. And I'm getting really drawn here to the yellow color. This is a possibility that this reading may turn out to be a continuation of yesterday's reading, or possibly the day before, because there is strong solar plexus chakra energy that is coming through in these cards today. And also there may definitely be some earth signs and fire signs involved. So this yellow color is associated with the third chakra, also known as the solar plexus. This is responsible for creativity and confidence. So there is definitely some messages coming through here about the twin flame counterparts who may be expanding and growing their creative skills, who may be increasing their levels of confidence with respect to their twin flame connection, and possibly as well as individually. We'll see what comes through here. But I also just heard Spirit say anxiety. So yes, anxiety is also housed in the solar plexus chakra, and that may be a blockage in this energy body center that these counterparts may be clearing out at this time. The second card that I see here is the Wheel of Fortune. So we have extremely positive cards right away that have flown out face up and in the upright position right from the beginning of this reading. And again, if you look here on the Wheel of Fortune card, you have the same yellow color as you have here in the World card. So this solar plexus chakra energy is definitely being mirrored between the two counterparts right now. So whether it's anxiety, a creative ability, or whatever the case may be, it's definitely being mirrored between these two counterparts. They are both feeling each other's emotions as though they are their own. The third card that came out here, and again, look at how strongly this yellow color stands out. We have the Page of Pentacles, who is truly a messenger here. And I'm really being drawn to the peacock feathers here in the art. And peacock feathers are for beauty, for elegance, for, you know, auspicious things. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, this tells me that this page is a messenger who is bringing some good news to these counterparts. There's something really good about to happen for this pair. The tables are about to turn in their favor. So there is some strong, you know, immediate future, good fortune energy that is coming through right off the bat. Let's see, what other messages can I channel? This card came out, the Three of Swords, which has to do with heartbreak in the reverse position. This makes how synchronistic, you guys. This makes so much sense. There's growth, there's expansion, there's time turning in your favor. There is a good message coming. There is an auspicious, joyful, just really good energy message coming through that I just heard Spirit say mend the heartbreak. That's going to mend this heartbreak here. That is so amazing, you guys. And the next card here, look at that, the Four of Pentacles. Your hard work is paying off. Your hard work is paying off. All this good seeds that you have planted, you are about to reap those benefits. Your wishes are about to be granted so quickly. You're probably not even going to know what hit you. It's like you knew this was coming, but you were also doubting it was coming. Those doubts are on their way out the door right now in the pretty immediate future, you guys. This is such beautiful energy. Let's see what else I can channel here. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so in the past, this is very synchronistic with the heartbreak card here. There was definitely a feeling of being ostracized or ousted by your counterpart, by your person of interest, and that truly broke your heart in the past. There was something going on that possibly a third-party situation, like I just heard Spirit say, that really highlighted this Five of Pentacles, helpless and unsafe, emotionally unsafe feeling within you. I just heard Spirit say hope being torn away. So I feel like your hope was truly torn away when this heartbreak situation happened. But now, with the Wheel of Fortune, the tables are turning. That heartbreak came out in the reverse position, which means it's being mended. Let's see what else I can channel here. Wow, that card flew out. The High Priestess. So with the High Priestess, I'm really getting like a hermit mode vibes here. So it could be that as, okay, I just heard Spirit say energetic union. So this is what's happening here. Both counterparts are really turning inward because of this mental fog, this mental confusion that I mentioned at the beginning of the reading that I was picking up on. And that's causing them both to kind of want to shut the noise out and look inside themselves to see what on earth am I feeling, why am I feeling this way, and what is going on. So this is going to lead to an even higher level of energetic merging or union, Hyros Gamos, as it can also be called. Look at that, you guys. All the ducks are fallen in a row. 8 of Wands. And look at that, you're just shooting towards your goals. I heard Spirit say launching. So you have basically been launched into an irrevocable forward motion toward your goal, toward your twin flame goal, toward your counterpart is really what's going on here. So these two other cards also flew out. Look at that. Here you have the Chariot. This is coming towards you so quickly, you guys. This Chariot that we have here, this is really like a fast moving kind of card, okay? But this card came out in the reverse position, the Emperor. So what this tells me is while this mental fog is happening, although heaven is working behind the scenes, the universe is working behind the scenes to bring these counterparts into reunion and also into energetic union within themselves, this divine masculine is not feeling too good about himself, right? There's a lot of confusion that's causing him to wonder that would I even be accepted in my feminine's life again? And if you look at all these yellow colors here, this also points to the solar plexus chakra. This red color here points to the root chakra. So because this card came out in the reverse, that tells me that there are definitely some blockages within the energy body. So that means a lack of confidence in conjunction with the solar plexus chakra. And it tells me a lack of inner strength in conjunction with the root chakra. This divine masculine's root chakra is still being strengthened. So in other words, in layman's terms, you could say he's still in the process of growing a spine. There are a lot of things that he needs to really take care of or clear out of his life so that he can be in union with his feminine. There is definitely something that's still standing in the way. But as these energy body blockages are cleared out, that's going to help the union process. But what this divine masculine intuitively knows is that this connection is meant to be. So he knows he's in the process of, of growing, and he knows that he's being spiritually guided back to his divine counterpart. This card, Judgment, there's definitely things coming back into balance here. So whatever was out of balance in this connection is slowly being brought back into balance. This card, along with the Eight of Wands, signifies exactly that, like all the ducks are falling in a row. Everything that needs to happen, everything that was divinely orchestrated to happen is happening. And so really, with this Nine of Cups here, look at that wish fulfillment is like in the stars for these counterparts. There's really no doubt about that. I'm really getting a very strong, like, meant to be kind of energy from this. So where's the card that I'm looking for? The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Time is turning in these counterparts' favor for the sake of their wish fulfillment, for the sake of their union. But what's being asked over here is for the counterparts to really focus on what they want to manifest, what they are actually trying to bring in their lives. They are, I heard Spirit say, mixed signals. They're sending the universe mixed signals about what they want. And that is a big issue, a big factor in what is causing, these blockages or these delays in their 3D physical reality. Because on a 5D level, these counterparts are very, very connected. That, even in separation, there is a strong sense of mental and emotional and physical connectedness. And I say physical because these counterparts are, I strongly feel like they are clairsentient, like they can feel each other's emotions as though it's their own. And this, allows them to feel each other's sensations within their physical body. So even in separation, there is a strong sense of physical connection. Then we have, look at this, guys, the Justice card with the scales again. So there could definitely be some strong Libra energy here as well. But there's definitely balance being restored in this connection. And probably restored is not even the right word, because I feel like there was no balance in the beginning. So the balance that wasn't there is actually now being manifested into this connection. This is part of the divine masculine strengthening his root chakra and clearing his solar plexus chakra blockages. If you notice, this yellow color is also behind this person holding the scales, behind this Lady of Justice. And that to me strongly signifies that as this divine masculine is able to gain confidence further and strengthen his root chakra, he is going to have so much more clarity on how to bring balance back into this connection. Wow, guys, we have the Star card, and on top of that we have rebirth. You have the Star and rebirth that literally came out together, like this card was on top of it. When I picked this card up, that's when I saw this. So, death of old cycles, birth of new beginnings. And then you have the Ace of Swords, which is also talking about communication. However, this card came out in the upside down or the reversed position, which means that there is currently a block in communication. And look at that synchronicity, the blue color that has to do with the throat chakra. There's currently a block in communication, but that block is going to be lifted as these counterparts go back into a mini little hermit mode, right? Signified by the Hanged Man, to kind of observe their, not just their circumstances, but their own patterns, their own wounds and unhealed patterns within themselves that have kind of led to the repetition of these types of relationship patterns. And as they heal that, look at this, there's new beginnings just waiting to come through here for them. So this is definitely, I'm feeling it energetically, the final stages of healing before reunion. This is not going to be an in and out type of energy between the counterparts anymore. No, this is going to be pretty stable energy. The Knight of Wands came out in the upright position. Again, the red color, strengthening of the root chakra. What this tells me is that this divine masculine has immense amounts of passion for his divine feminine. He's passionate about this divine feminine on every single possible level. And that passion is fiery passion, as evidenced by the Suit of Wands. And although this isn't as fast moving as the Suit of Swords, it is still pretty fast moving. So this passion is actually the ignited fire within him that keeps him going. These two counterparts, like I said, I strongly feel mirror each other. So they can feel each other's passion, and they can also feel passion for each other. So they know that their counterpart feels this way about them. They can sense it intuitively, and they also reciprocate those feelings. So the feelings are mutual. And that passion for reunion, that passion for a committed, stable relationship with one another is what is propelling this connection forward. The Four of Cups. This divine masculine has spent a long time being despondent, and he's having a very hard time with self-forgiveness. I just heard Spirit say self-forgiveness. So this is something that the masculine also needs to work on, is forgiving himself for his past mistakes. And as soon as he can get past that point, not to say that what he did was okay, and definitely not to give himself permission to ever do things like that again, but to take it as a learning experience with a promise and commitment to himself and his counterpart to never repeat those mistakes. He needs to believe first that he is worthy of a second chance. And that is what's going to give him the courage to approach his feminine. And he needs to do this in a very humble way, because a truly awakened masculine in his true divine masculine light returns pretty humbled to the feminine. And that is the state that he needs to reach. And he's reaching it. Every day he's getting closer. But this is exactly what's being worked on energetically at this time. Look at this, guys. Another Pages card, Page of Wands. Pages, like I said earlier, are messengers. So this is definitely, and I just heard Spirit say text message. good morning text message. So this divine feminine can probably expect here pretty relatively soon some form of text message communication from her masculine that is likely to take place in the earlier morning hours. We have the Nine of Wands. Yes, both of these counterparts have struggled with their emotions quite a bit. And I feel like there is quite a bit of resentment in this connection as well, that the divine feminine is harboring toward the masculine for things that transpired in the past, and the divine masculine resents himself for what he did in the past. But both parties kind of have to take that time to understand themselves and understand one another. Forgiveness is something that really needs to be extended in order for any type of forward movement to show up in the physical 3D. Because when divine counterparts especially mirror each other, even the most hidden, tiniest bits of anger, resentment, grudges, etc., they can be sensed by your counterpart. Like when it comes to each other, divine counterparts are pretty much like psychics. They can read each other's energies. You cannot put up a face or tell a lie or pretend to be okay with a true twin flame counterpart, with your own true twin flame counterpart, because they're not listening to your words. They're listening to your energy. You are speaking to each other constantly, 24/7, non-stop, energetically. This communication is not verbal. It's something that is felt soul deep. So with this Nine of Wands, those are the battle wounds that I see these two counterparts carrying within themselves. And that's something that they are slowly moving forward from. As you can see, this soldier is using this wand to kind of put it as a stake into the ground and help himself up. He's using it as energetic support. And in this case particularly, I feel like this divine feminine's energy is extremely supportive of and soothing for this divine masculine. So this wand that he's actually using here to support himself represents the divine feminine's energy in the connection, which is really beautiful, you guys. Because divine counterparts, higher selves, are always there for one another. They never, even during 3D physical disconnect times, they never leave one another. Look at that. Three of Wands. They're stepping forward into their new future. They know they have a journey that they need to complete together. But this journey of separation has come to an end. They are both coming home. They're finding their way home to each other. What other messages, Spirit, can I channel for the collective? Oh my gosh. Since these all fell face up, I'm going to take them. Look at that. They're coming home to each other. That I just said. How synchronistic. You just can't make this stuff up, you guys. King of Wands. Yes. So this divine masculine wants to establish his desire and like a loving claim over his feminine, that he wants to be claimed by his feminine and he wants his feminine to claim him. And this is, you know, through the fiery passion that both parties feel about each other. Because if you notice the wands in the background, they're both lit up with the fire. They're both lit up with passion. And the fact that this is a king's suit tells me that this divine masculine wants to establish a permanent hearth and home with this divine feminine. Right now, there's a stalemate though, and there's a choice that this divine masculine needs to make. And this choice has to do with eliminating everything that's holding him back, including his own internal insecurities and fears and any external situations. With this Queen of Wands, I feel like there are external influences that also try to cloud his mindset from time to time. And that could be part of the fog that I said at the beginning of this video that I've been channeling. So it's been, you know, an internal and external battle for this masculine up until now. But now what it is, it's shifting from a battle to strategizing. I just heard Spirit say strategizing. So now he's learning how to lay the wands, so to speak, to build a bridge. He's learning how to lay the wands of his fiery passion, of his firing desire for his feminine, of his true intuitive knowing that this connection, this union is meant to be. He's learning how to lay those wands to build a bridge to his feminine. We have the Lover's card, which I most strongly associate with twin flames. So this is confirmation, you guys, that this is true twin flame connection that we're talking about here. These are not just divine counterparts on, you know, of any type of soul contract. This is literally twin flame connection. We have the Seven of Wands here. So look at that. Right now, the masculine is kind of in a defensive state, and he may be defensive both within himself internally, and he also may be defensive with his external environment, the external energies that often throw him out of balance, out of his homeostasis. So he's, I heard, exhausted and drained. So, and I feel like that is on a physical, mental, and emotional, and possibly even spiritual level, that this divine masculine truly needs rest and rejuvenation. But look at this, you guys. On the other side of that is the King of Cups. And this King of Cups is the mode he's going to reach right before he reaches his full Emperor mode. This King of Cups is learning emotional vulnerability for this divine masculine, because I feel like that's a skill that he currently pretty severely lacks. So emotional vulnerability is also a skill that he's slowly learning. I'm intuitively strongly picking up the energy that this divine masculine is now learning to talk to his friends and family about his emotions, something that he really did not do before. And separation temporarily from his feminine led him to grow in that sense, led him to grow in terms of feeling safe about opening up about his feelings to people that he knows and trusts. What this divine masculine is still learning to do is choosing the right people. That's a skill I feel like he has to further develop. But the fact that he is opening up now, something that he had not done before, is really, really a huge step forward. What other messages can I channel about these counterparts for the Twin Flame Collective? And also remember, you guys, this is a collective reading, so not every single message will be for you. Always refer back to your intuition to determine which messages are for you and which ones may be for others. This reading is not for any one in particular. And also, if you're new here, divine masculine and divine feminine are simply energies. They have nothing to do with your biological gender. So you could be a man biologically and resonate with divine feminine energy because it's simply energy, and that's totally normal. It happens all the time. All of us, and especially twin flames, have both divine masculine and divine feminine energies within our energy body, and this twin flame journey helps us to bring those yin and yang energies into complete harmonious balance through the ascension and spiritual awakening process. So I do use pronouns like he and she, but that has nothing to do with your biological gender. Okay, so just a little disclaimer there. And look at this, you guys. with so many cups cards also coming out, emotions will be running high. Whenever this good morning text or this communication comes through, it's going to be pretty emotional, but in a good way. I just heard Spirit say tears of joy. And in my third eye, I'm seeing the counterparts like, you know, smiling and crying at the thought of hearing each other's voices again after so long. So, but what we have here is when he learns at least this level of emotional vulnerability, there's going to be a celebration. There's going to be a reconciliation coming in, because now this divine masculine has cleared those solar plexus chakra blocks that were keeping him in a low vibrational state and not allowing him to fully express himself with confidence. Once that goes away, we got the Three of Cups. That is beautiful energy. And then we have commitment. I just heard Spirit say marriage. So these counterparts are destined to head into marriage with each other. The Hierophant, ultimate commitment. Wow. What did I say earlier, you guys? They need to rest and rejuvenate. This divine masculine is energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually feeling very drained. So he is definitely being guided toward rest, rejuvenation, and just introspection at this point for further growth. But what the best part of this reading is the fact that the Empress card came out here. We have the Emperor and the Empress both come out in this reading, but the Emperor card had come out in the reverse position, whereas the Empress came out in a semi-sideways position. So what that tells me is that this sideways position indicates stuck energy becoming unstuck relatively quickly, pretty quickly. But the Emperor was completely reversed like this. So this tells me that the Empress, or the Divine Feminine, is the awakened one who is triggering her masculine into further healing, ascension, and awakening for him to reach his full Emperor potential. So if you are resonating with the Divine Feminine aspect of this reading, just know that you are the beacon of light for your Divine Masculine. You are leading him home. You are the leader in this time of physical 3D disconnect. And you are his guide back home. So continue to focus on yourself and heal all the aspects of yourself that you can, because this is truly your Divine Masculine's guide back home. What other messages can I channel, Spirit? Nine of Swords. Yes. I just heard trapped in my own head. So I feel like this energy speaks to both counterparts really being trapped in their own head right now, which is very synchronistic with the Emperor reversed and the Empress in a semi-sideways position like this, that both parties are struggling with negative thoughts and possibly even a focus on lack. So if you want to manifest reunion with your counterpart, you have to feel into the vibration of union and focus on that to manifest that. If you guys are resonating with these readings and you are finding that you are stuck in that headspace, not being able to fully manifest your union even though you know you're so close, I strongly recommend my twin flame manifestation affirmations. These affirmations have been tried and true by my law of attraction coaching clients for almost 10 years, so almost a decade. And you can go to my Instagram and look on my highlights on my profile under affirmations, and you can read the reviews. Right now, I am offering them at an introductory price of $55 only. Prices will go up here. So if you are interested, if these readings are resonating with you and you are desiring to manifest your counterpart back into your life, and you need some tools to help you get into alignment with the vibration of union, then I highly recommend these affirmations. Even the clients that have only had them for a few days ever since I started offering them are already reporting results to me, and you can see their testimonials on my Instagram page. I will leave my Instagram ID in the video description box. So I really highly recommend that you think about it, and if you are interested, all you have to do is DM me. I will email you the PDF copy and you will have it forever. It's like a little booklet, and it's not just for manifesting your twin flame. It's for abundance, it's for lifestyle, it's for self-concept. So it's pretty comprehensive. I am also going to be in a few days releasing some affirmations that are more specific. So for people that only want it for abundance, or that only want it for love manifestation, or that only want it for, career focused goals, you can have those affirmations by themselves. But what I am already offering now is a comprehensive list of affirmations in a little PDF booklet type of form that has over 100 affirmations that pretty much cover all areas of your life. So I strongly recommend that you use those to benefit you, to help you as a tool in your attempts to manifest your counterpart back into your life. So I am going to go really quickly to the romance angels to see if there's any guidance or messages that come through from this deck for these counterparts. Yeah. So these counterparts truly do have strong chemistry with each other. And I think we talked about that throughout this reading with the Suit of Wands and the fiery passion. There is a honeymoon phase awaiting them in their reunion. This is definitely a honeymoon phase that's waiting to happen. And this is also synchronistic because with the Hierophant card, we got ultimate confirmation that this pair of twin flames is destined for marriage. Pay attention to the red flags. So just like we covered earlier, any healing that remains to be done within yourself, I strongly suggest that you continue to work on that, especially as the awakened divine feminine in Empress mode, or almost in Empress mode, because you are the one leading your counterpart back home. You are that beacon of light that they are relying on. Your energy is nourishing for them. It provides them with spiritual and emotional support in this time of physical 3D disconnect. Free yourself. And as soon as I picked up this card, I heard Spirit say, free yourself from doubts. Free yourself from a lack mentality, and you will see your true love manifest into your life. This is true love. These counterparts are twin flames. This is the love of a lifetime. And these feelings are very real. Release your ex. So with this card, I'm feeling more intuitively that this is referring to those situations or blockages, emotional, energetic, 3D physical circumstance or situation-wise, that need to be released, that are currently clouding, especially this divine masculine's thought process at this time. Keep an open mind. So With this card, I'm really hearing that when your doubts start to creep in, remind yourself that fears are not your intuition. There's a huge difference between your fears and what your intuition is actually telling you. So just reminding yourself of the fact that your fears are not necessarily the truth, that your intuition is always right, but emotions are emotions and they come and go. That's what this card is referring to. Stay optimistic about your love life. How synchronistic. Keep an open mind and stay optimistic. Positive thinking. That's what you need to speak into your life and into your twin flame connection. I'm going to go to the Moonology deck here and see what energies come through. A new start is coming. Look at that, you guys. A new start is coming with new moon energy. Your manifestations are coming. You and your loved ones are safe. We've been getting a lot of the cups in tarot, and we also have water sign energy here with Cancer, new moon in Cancer. So this is definitely going to be a very emotional time is what I'm picking up, and especially emotional communication with this blue here in this card. Meditate and contemplate. Yes, just like the Four of Swords, this is a time for introspection, rest, and rejuvenation. Hold your vision. Know that your manifestations are coming. Do not allow your fears to take over. It's time to release negativity. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. Yes, keep your mind as positive as possible. Mental diet is so important, you guys. We have billions, literally billions of thoughts every single day. Because every single moment our mind is thinking something. There's something always going through our minds. It's never blank unless we practice meditation to make it blank for that moment so it can rest and rejuvenate. This is why affirmations are such a helpful tool, because it allows you to reprogram your mind into an abundant way of thinking rather than a lack-based style of thinking. I strongly recommend affirmations. I am a strong believer in them myself. I have used affirmations myself for quite a long time now. And in fact, I used affirmations to bring my counterpart back into my life. So I've seen that they work. I have firsthand experience with that. So that's why I'm so strongly a believer in their power. I'm only going to get a few cards here. These two should be fine. Karmic relations, soul growth, and conflict. Yeah, just like we saw with the Seven of Wands card, that this divine masculine is currently on the defensive because there are both internal battles that he's fighting as well as battles with people in his 3D physical circumstances or surroundings that are causing him to go into a mental fog. So he really has to feel like, you know, he's battling all of these things, and it's so hard for him to keep clear energy right now. Slow down, time in nature. Yeah, definitely spending time in nature is huge. This is one of the best ways to clear your energy. If you don't have access to really like going out in nature, maybe you live in an urban area, I would highly suggest even just, you know, like walking out into your backyard and getting some breaths of outside air into your lungs, and then using like sceneries, you know, whether it's wallpapers or whatever, to kind of put yourself into the mindset like you are out in nature. And that is also a great way to use your affirmations, is once you can get yourself to feel like you are in the environment or the setting of this picture, this wallpaper that you're looking at, and you can get yourself to a higher vibrational state, you can practice saying your affirmations in the vibration of abundance and in the vibration of wishes fulfilled already. And you can start to see the magic working here. I am going to get some guidance from the Lover's Oracle. What do these counterparts need to know at this time? There we go. Surrender. Yes. And the only way you can surrender, you guys, is if you're not constantly in fear of losing whatever it is you're trying to manifest. To surrender means to know that your manifestation is coming to you. But if fears are causing you doubts, you definitely need tools to help you with your vibration. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Yes, the universe will always take you through a logical course of events before your manifestation materializes in the physical 3D. This all happens in a logical sequence. So yes, there are situations where you can use the law of attraction to jump timelines and quicken things up. It just depends on the individual situation. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So this is where the self-forgiveness comes in, where I was talking about earlier that the divine masculine is being really hard on himself for the decisions he made in the past and for the things that happened, that transpired in this connection. Although this is not giving him permission to ever do those hurtful things again, and this is not saying that it's okay, but it's saying that it's part of a learning process. What it did was it expanded his understanding and knowledge of love. So with that understanding, self-forgiveness is key here to help the reunion energy. I'm going to close this reading out by channeling a message from the Rumi Oracle, which will be a higher self-love message from the divine masculine to the feminine, and then feminine to the masculine. Okay, I will take these two. First one is number 36 card, Passion of the Wild Red Mother. Don't ask the conscious ones about the wine. Behold the glowing effect of it in the eyes of drunks. Rumi. Bring me your unreasonableness, your insanity, your love without reason, and your passion, the passion that makes you crazy and shoos all logic restraint away from your mind. Leave your ordered thoughts, sensible plans, and appropriate attire at my door. Put on your animal fur and sing to me in gibberish. When my beautiful goats die, I make drums from their skins, and their spirits live on in my passionate play. When my birds drop their feathers, I gather them and put them in my hair. Come drum with me as I place feathers in your hair, and we honor the spirits of my animals, of your animal nature too, wild and free as you are in truth. Stick your tongue out and growl at those who try to tame you with guilt, shame, and fear. Do you think I give a damn for any of their silly games? Those games of reason and logic. Of course, you should do it this way, they say. It makes sense. But I care not for what makes sense. I care for what brings you alive. That is so beautiful, and I strongly feel like that was the divine feminine's higher self speaking to her masculine, kind of urging him to let go of what didn't work and to stop beating himself up for that, and to take what happened in order to help him create something beautiful for their future, for the future of their connection. And the next one is 21, the sacred phoenix heart. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. This is truly the divine masculine's higher self kind of guiding him back to his feminine. You know, telling him that no matter what people in your 3D circumstances are telling you that it's impossible, there's no way, it just doesn't make sense. Love doesn't make sense because it's not a logical thing. You don't logically fall in love. It's a highly emotional thing. And what logically sometimes doesn't make sense, you have to drop into your heart space and see where your heart is leading you. Because intuition supersedes your logic. Intuition is on a spiritual plane, logic is on the material plane, and love is also on the spiritual plane, but especially for twin flames. And this is something that I think it's so important to remind yourself, that every time, especially in true twin flame dynamics, when you find yourself getting caught up in, you know, logic and reason versus what my heart wants, remind yourself that this love is beyond, it transcends logic and reason. So that was all for today's reading. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here today. I truly do love channeling these messages for you guys. If this was your energy that I was picking up on, if these readings resonated with you, please do let me know in the comments. I definitely read every single comment that I receive. So I so appreciate your presence here. I strongly encourage you to come and join me on Instagram just to experience the high vibrational, conscious soul tribe of twin flames that we have there. I also run reading specials pretty regularly. You can come and participate in those if you like. And Instagram is also where you can message me if you're interested in the affirmations. So thank you all. I hope you all have a beautiful night, and I will talk to you again in the next reading video. Bye, guys.